Hey guys, it's Dobbo here. Now, the NRL season might be over, but that doesn't mean the fun can't stop with Ladbrokes. Now, our great friends at Ladbrokes, you go and download the Ladbrokes app. You can join Mates Mode. We'll be having a little flutter over the Spring Carnival, and also with the Ashes series coming up, go and join our pot inside ball and just watch this space. But if not, just get on, download the Ladbrokes app and join it today. I absolutely love Ladbrokes. I get on, I have a little flutter most weeks. Sometimes you go well, sometimes you even go better when you're with the Rainmaker. But hey, go and join it today. Yeah, go and join it today. Enjoy it. We've got lots more coming on. Go to the little bullseye where it says more, then you hit Mates Mode, then you go inside ball, join the revolution. G'day and welcome to the final episode of Inside Ball for 2025.
You're back, Dobbo.
I'm back. I was in America for a couple of weeks.
The Browns, and you didn't see them have a win.
They still haven't won.
Hang on, how does a bloke with 5 kids, right, a married man,
to 3 women,
yeah,
lives in Ipswich,
get a trip to America?
Just a loving wife, mate. Just an understanding.
What'd you go for? 2 weeks?
12 days, Kev.
Oh, that's 2 weeks. Mate.
I needed that.
Did you? Well, you do look refreshed.
We all need a reset.
Right. Highlight of your trip, what was it?
Cleveland Browns. Watching the Browns on the field, Shedeur Sanders. Also lucky enough to go to Gillette Stadium and watch the Patriots. We had amazing access, and I want to thank the Patriots who gave amazing access.
When you say amazing,
on the
what
field,
happened?
Met Devin McCourty, was in a function area where the Patriots lead out.
They all walk past you?
All alcohol, all food, everything.
Did you get on the drink or what?
I mean...
I've seen you on the drink in America, and you're actually pretty well behaved.
I was well behaved the whole time. Look, great trip. Happy to be there. Can I just say, though, that I'm back, that our thoughts are with all the victims of the Bondi tragedy that occurred earlier this week. We love
That's
Australia.
Shocking, Dobbo.
Yeah, we love Australia. Our country is one. I think this has changed the landscape again. But from inside ball, both of us are devastating. The heroics of a few is unparalleled in those moments. It's fight or flight. That hero that has come out and
wow, what about him?
And he took on the gunman. Bravery is not even a word for you. You're a hero.
You see they've set up a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And a billionaire from the US.
Yeah,
$99,999.99.
Yeah. Can I just say, though, to the victims, we can't ever begin to know what you're going through. Our thoughts are with everybody. And, there's going to be a lot of people traumatised who were there, who were part of it, who didn't have it, who have to, just...
Now, I saw some clips on socials. Brian Fletcher's daughter was working at Icebergs at the time.
Yeah.
Right? And Anthony Milicello, bullets...
Yeah, went past his house. I had my nieces...
And they're all okay.
Yeah, my nieces were on that bridge the day before on the Saturday.
Right. I think everyone knows. Everyone's walked across that bridge.
It's just a shocking time. No one has to go through that. In our country, we should never go through that
Freedom
at
of speech,
all.
Mate. Jeez.
And hopefully the government's learn a real lesson out of that. We're not a political podcast, but our thoughts are with everybody. And I just want to say that we have a lot of fun on this podcast. It's a big part of our life, but our thoughts are with everybody in this time. Just the tragedy of Bondi, no one deserves to have to go through that. So our thoughts and prayers, especially with the Jewish community who are such an important part of the fabric of the Australian landscape. So our thoughts are with everybody involved.
Well said, Dobbo.
And that's what I'm going to say. Righto, let's get into some reviews. We're going to do the two teams, the
two local teams here.
Dolphins and Broncos.
Yep.
We're also going to go through our top 5 moments of 2025.
Yep.
And have a little bit of fun. This is our last pod for 2025 of Inside Ball, and we'll be back in 26 bigger and better than ever. Let's start with the Dolphins, Kevie. 9th in the competition. 12 wins, 12 losses, 721 points for. They averaged 30 points, so they were the number one attacking side in the NRL.
Let's just stay there for a minute, right? Very good attacking side. Some of the tries they laid on, a couple of big scores too, a couple of 50-pluses over the season. So a lot to like, about the Dolphins and where they were, but also they faded badly, which we'll get to in a minute. But their big area, of concern this year, I think, was their lack of depth.
Yep.
They got some injuries, right? They got some injuries early. They had 5 wins and 8 losses against the top 8 teams. So that's an area where they, certainly need to get better.
Their injury toll, can I just say this before we start? And every team gets injury, but when you take Plath, Flegler, Gilbert, Bostock, Farnworth.
Yep. Trey Fuller only played 8 games for them, right? Tommy Gilbert played 10 games, so that's less than half the year, right? Max Plath, 7 games. Fuller, I said 8. Jack Bostock, 13 games.
Yeah, and Flegler, none.
Flegler,
0.
He's back in round 1 next year, they're telling me.
Yeah, so...
Which is good news to them. Where can they get better, right? They started the season with 4 from 11 games. Remember the very first...
The Cyclone.
Yeah, I drove back from Sydney. I was possibly going to be on their chartered flight, and I raced... I didn't race into the car. I got the hire car and drove home. Got home about the same time as the Dolphins. That was a horror trip for them. Well,
they went to Newcastle. So they went to South.
They surrendered their home game. Remember?
Yeah, and
some of their players
didn't travel,
couldn't travel, or refused to travel because they were concerned about their family, and rightly so.
Okay, so they lose that one. Then they lost to Newcastle, I think, in week 2, and those 2 games...
Well, that ended up hurting them in the end.
Yeah, well, the injury toll played out, but they'd be looking for a much better start.
Yeah, but if they win those first 2 games, they still play finals. They probably don't make much of an impact on the finals, but, which I've got, and I've said this before when I was at the Broncos, making finals, it's not the be-all and end-all. You've got to be there, grand final.
Yeah.
You got to be there, right? So they've got some work to do. Their form outside of Queensland too, Dobbo. 3 wins from 9 games outside of Queensland.
Gee whiz.
Now, that's been a problem from the get-go when they first started the Dolphins. So I'm not sure whether it's their travel, the players' mindset. I think this was a problem for the Broncos in the early days as well. Getting on flights and off flights and accommodation. You're not at home. You're not sleeping in your bed. All these sort of things take a time to adjust and to get used to. So that'd be something that I'd be really focusing on. If they can win more than half of their away games, again, they're playing finals. The other thing they've got to sort out is their fullback.
Okay, well, I want to talk to you about this, and that's interesting that you go down that road. At South Sydney, my understanding is Latrell Mitchell's going to push to the centres and Jai Gray's going to be the fullback.
Great move.
Okay? Now, when you look at this complexity of what the Dolphins look like, you've got Hammer, you've got Selwyn, and you've got Trey Fuller.
Yep.
Would you be putting Trey Fuller as 1 and bringing Hammer into the centres?
I'm going to go back to my late great father, the great KG Walters. Pick your best 17 players and then slot them in. Right.
Well, then Fuller and Hammer have to be there.
They've got to be, and so is Cobbo.
So is Cobbo. Well, Cobbo will be on 1 wing because Bostock won't come back in time.
Right.
You've also got Jermaine Azaka, who's having a few contract negotiation dramas at the moment as well. He's been an integral part of that side.
Right, but he'll be there. He'll be there round 1.
You've got Herbie, you've got Avarillo, you've got Katoa, you've got also Nikorima. And so we know
but the outside backs is where it's going to be getting the squeeze.
Combination of the halves, we know, is going to be Katoa and Nikorima. That's the halves combination. That's a lock.
Yeah.
It's where you fit Amarillo, Cobbo, Hammer, Fuller, Azarko.
And when Bostock
comes back.
And what's that other, Nafur, is it? Or what's he's the young winger?
Yeah. So you've got some really good depth in your outside backs, which I think their forward pack's elite.
Well, they've got nearly up to 4 Origin players in their.
Well, let's go through it. Fuss, Jeremy Marshall-King, Saifidi, Gilbert, Plath,
Flegler,
Morgan Knowles arrives there.
A good player, good tough.
Flegler. I mean, that's that. Then you keep on going. You've got Oren Keeley, who's just signed with the Melbourne Storm for 27. He's going to be there next year. They have got some real green shoots at that club.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, the effects, and I'm going to say this, the Katoa suspensions with their doctor, Peter Hackney, who's now, like, he's been suspended for 2 years, Hackers. So he was the Dolphins' doctor.
Now, that's disgraceful. That is disgraceful what they've done.
That he got suspended?
I know him personally.
Yeah.
He's a terrific person and a great doctor, and he always has the players' health and safety in the forefront of his mind, Dobbo.
It's going to be a fallout for the Dolphins, but I'm interested to know, Kev, what else do you do? Do you suspend the coach?
Well, you can't just...
Well, is it the media manager? Is it Trad? I don't think it's Trad's fault. He wasn't there. The doctors...
That's a whole different...
I'm saying is, that has caused, and that's going to have a ripple effect, because a lot of it was... There's a physiotherapist from the Cowboys. He's been white for 2 years. A doctor from New Zealand, Hackers, and
those gentlemen alone are the sole responsible.
Well, I don't think they
You know what, I reckon, and this is going to be...
Yeah.
So the players with this HIA stuff, they need to be a bit accountable as well, right?
Yeah.
They need to take some accountability for their own health and safety.
I don't think...
I've seen it firsthand.
But I don't think Eli Katoa at that stage...
No, I'm not saying in this incident, but I know that players do things.
Yeah,
and the Rugby League Players Association poll, this was when you were away.
Yeah, no, I read it. I read it. Some people don't admit it.
60% of players, up to 60% of players...
Don't admit
about their concussions. Well, Yeah,
I get it. So let's go back to the Dolphins. They've got some green shoots, but there is some lingering question marks. Like Wolfie, they need to deliver with Wolfie this year. I know it's not for you as a coach, but for me, they're stacked. They are stacked.
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
They need to play finals.
There's no excuses for the Dolphins this year.
Yeah.
And I think Terry Reader, and I think Damien, and I think Trad, and I think the whole organisation, they accept that if they don't get it right this year, they need to have a good hard look, because
they'll get cap squeeze as well with all those.
Well, mate, they've got you can't have the calibre of players that they've got.
Yeah.
And the way forward. Now, I ran into Izzy Katoa on Sunday. Of all places, Zara clothing outlet in the middle of in George Street. You know, like the mall.
What are you doing in Zara?
Mate, I was pushing.
Bit of Christmas shopping.
Mate, anyway, I was there. Ran into Izzy Katoa. I said, "How are you, mate?" He said, "Tough pre-season." He said he's back.
Oh, here we go. Roll out a tough pre-season.
Like that, they are.
Dobbo, I've been through 20 pre-season, more at different clubs. They're all hard, mate.
You don't think...
Seriously.
Well, he said it's tough, mate. He said it's tough going.
It should be tough going.
What do you think their upside is?
Right.
What do you think the upside is?
I'm going to tell you what they got. They got to fix first, right? The fullback position. For mine, it's Trey Fuller.
Yep.
Right? Done. He's their best fullback.
And then you put Hammer in the centre.
That's their best side, right?
I agree, but I don't know if they're going to go that way.
Well, if they don't,
they've
right?
got dramas.
They'll lose one of those two.
Yep. Yeah, well.
And they may lose Hammer if he plays in the centres, because he sees himself as a fullback, right? That's just the facts of it all. And if he is the fullback and Fuller is 14, he'll leave. I'd be going too. They're both NRL fullbacks or NRL players. So then you got Cobbo floating around there, you know.
Well, Cobbo's a winger. He's a winger.
He mightn't make their 17, will he? I don't know. He'll be straight in.
Come on, he's straight there.
Is he?
He's
well,
straight in.
The players you just met, who's he going to bump?
Bostock's injured, so he won't come back till mid round 9 or 10.
Yeah, well, obviously everyone knows how I feel about Selwyn, but it didn't work out for him at the Broncos in the end, did it? So.
No. Well, clearly out of favour with Madge. Like that's...
Yeah.
That's
righto, so their fullback and their defence. They've got to fix their defence and their away form. There's the three big ones.
What about the question mark about Flegg?
Well, there's no question mark. He's locked into play.
No, he hasn't played in 18 months.
Well, that'll be tough for him, but he's
a middle forward that hasn't played. We love him.
He chops banana trees down from
spear fisherman.
Well, he said on the podcast.
He's a spear fisherman.
He speared a shark, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he doesn't fear sharks, nothing.
Yeah, so he's tough as nails, mate. He'll fly in. The one thing about Fleet, he won't die wandering like that. He's going to have a good crack in the pre-season. I would have thought. I wouldn't mind getting over there to Dolphin over, because I remember him at the Broncos.
They're at Bishop Park. They're at Bishop Park today.
He's a bully. Flegler. He'll start bullying a trainer, and then we'll see in the game. I reckon he'll make a great comeback. I think so.
Where do you see them?
And their defence, they got to fix up their defence. They can score points. They were the number one team in the competition for scoring points. They got to stop them. 25 points is too many. Now it's not a lot. It's only one try a game, and that fixes their defence.
Can they win the comp?
I'm going to have to wait to see the first 8 rounds to tell you that. Remember I said that last year, Dobbo? I don't think they can win the comp.
They're a top 4 side in my opinion.
Right. I don't think they can win the comp.
But I think they're a top 4 team. I mean that. And
who's going to get bumped from the top 4?
I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to say.
Well, you can't just say.
Well, have a look at their roster, mate.
Well, you can't just say they're going to be top 4 and then someone's got to drop out. Who are you going to leave out? You going to leave the Broncos out?
Nope.
Be top 4?
Nope.
Right. What about the Raiders? Go and tell Ricky you're going to leave the Raiders out. I'm going down to Canberra this weekend. I'll tell Ricky personally.
No, you're on a cabbage trip. I heard that. You and Alf. Yeah, I heard that.
Right. Who else? Third was the Storm. You're going to leave the Storm.
Yep.
You got this. Oh, Dobbo. You've been away. Your mind's not working properly.
I've reset my mind. Koh Samui. Like that.
Right. So that's what we like. They get all these players back that we just mentioned. Right, up to 5 or 6 Origin players back in Adsel and Cobbo. Good addition for them. Obviously, they got good depth across their back rowers now as well with the injuries that they got, which that's pushed players in and they stood up well.
Mate, Kurt Donahue, Oren Keeley, those blokes show
huge fines.
Now they lost all big staff out of the Bronx. That was a huge loss.
Yeah,
but they have Saifidi. They got Flegg. They got a lot of Marshall King.
Yeah,
then they bring Morgan Knowles.
Kafusi's a good tough player.
Tough player.
Morgan Knowles coming in.
Yeah,
plenty of depth there.
Lots there.
Max Plath coming back from injury.
Mate,
Tommy Gilbert.
Kurt Richards has done a bloody good job with their development. They've got a lot of good kids. Coming through.
Yeah. I'm going to say pushing, from positions 5 to 8. I don't think they're a top 4 side just yet.
Right.
That could change next year when they get into a bit of rhythm, right? Some of their big wins, Dobbo. What do you remember? What's your big wins?
Oh, I think they put the Dogs to the sword one night.
Yeah,
they gave the Bulldogs a belting here at Suncorp on a Thursday night, I reckon.
They absolutely pumped the Cowboys.
Yes.
58-4 in round 15.
That was up there.
That was up in North Queensland, and that was the end. That's when you put the Cowboys
to the Koh Samui.
The old 50 plus.
They'll be going there again next year as well. Don't worry.
And round 14. They put a score on the Dragons too. That's when they got in that little bit of a cycle where they were scoring points at ease, really. Yeah. Herbie Farnworth and Katoa just got going. Nicarima,
when they get
Marshall
going,
King. They're hard to stop, but their defence will be the one. Obviously, that they've got to fix up, but they can score points. And
You're dead right. You're dead right. All right.
So they finished ninth. They're only going to win one more. They're 12-12. They're going to win one more game and they play the 8. But you're saying top 4. So you're going to say
I think they've got a top 4 roster. I don't think they're going to make it. I think their roster is a top 4 roster, and they got a lot of Friday night games. They've been given a good draw, a very good draw.
Okay.
I just think
we'll wait and see.
All right, let's dissect the premiers. I've been looking forward to this one. They won a premiership. 15 wins, 9 losses. That's the premiership.
Yep.
Finished 4th. And it just shows if you get hot at the back end of the year, you hang in through the season. There's 3 types. And the great Nugget Nolan always said to me, there's 3 times in the season. There's the first third, then there's the Origin third, and then there's when it really matters. And you've got to win enough games in those first 2 thirds to get hot. And Broncos got hot at the right time.
At the right time, they did, mate. In round 12, they were in 11th position, Dobbo.
Yeah.
And allegedly revealed on this podcast.
Well, mate, the denials come thick and fast, but they got on the piss at the Stein, and that's it.
Right, and that turned their season around.
Well,
fancy that.
A lot of people do say that, but the club don't want that out there. But I'm just going to say it's out there.
Well, they should have got on the drink too. Well, I'm not going to say that, but they lost.
Well, you just did.
34-6. I remember that night watching
that game. I called that game.
Now, Reece Walsh didn't play that night, did he?
Didn't play that night.
Jesse Arthurs was at fullback.
He had an unhappy night.
I'm not blaming Jesse for it.
Manly went to the right. They went to their right attack, and it was raining points in the first half.
Yeah,
when they went down.
Got the tries from kicks and that as well. I remember DCE in the thick of all of that. Yeah. So, that was a bad one for them. And Magic Weekend, that was a bad loss for them too here at Suncorp against the Panthers. Those tries they were horrible for me to watch, Dobbo.
Yeah,
you know why, right?
I get it. but they're premiers.
They're premiers.
They won the
I'm
comp.
just telling you,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of things that didn't go quite so well. Righto. How can they win it again, you reckon? What do they got to do?
I think there's some question marks, and I don't know what you... and this is it.
Hang on.
I...
You've been on the gummies again.
No,
question marks.
No. I think they can win the comp. I genuinely
everyone
do.
thinks that.
I
thought that.
genuinely do.
Hey, we sat here last year and said the same thing.
You've lost
Right?
Kobe Black. You've lost Kobe Hetherington. You've lost Tyson Smoothie. And you've also lost Selwyn Cobbo. They bring in Grant Anderson. They bring in Orblix Tapa, who is good. They've got...
Billy Walters is out for 15 weeks.
Out for 15 weeks, but you've got Bukowski, and you've also got
Blake Moser coming
back in. Pakesy there.
Right.
My question mark over this is my mate. They win. They will win, I think, if Reynolds is on there. I don't know what the Adam Reynolds...
Well, that's their big headache.
That's
is
the biggest
squeezing
question mark.
all those players and keeping them happy. Hunty,
Mam, Reynolds, Moser, then Pakes,
and Billy Walters when he gets back.
That's the issue.
Squeezing all those players into those positions.
Now, this supposedly is Renault's last year, right?
Is it Ben Hunt's last year as well? Or is he going around again?
He said he wants to go around.
They
as
both
well.
want to extend. So I don't know how that's
Jonah
going.
Pezzett coming there in 27.
Yeah.
So you've got some headaches. Now look, you can't win without speed, and they got that with Reece Walsh.
Yeah, well, they got it with Dean Mariner.
Dean Mariner.
Yeah,
Carapani,
Motor,
they've got
Katoni
Staggs. They've got an unbelievable side. They still keep Huss. They've got Mudcrab, Tafa. I think it's a big year for Piakura and Ricky. I think that's important. I think look, we're talking about the premiers here, right? So we're trying to pick through something. Like we are really looking at them as a fine-tooth comb. But I don't think, and you know this better than anything, they're going to be the hunted every single week.
Well, it's probably not going to be anything new to them, Dobbo, because, I mean, trust me on this, everyone loves playing the Broncos, right?
Yep.
Whether it's home, away, wherever. I'll tell you, I did see the other day down at the markets was big Xavier Willison. He'd give me a toot in his new Kia Tasman.
Yeah.
And I quickly just went over and said, like, gee, he looks fit and healthy and ready to go.
Mate, he's a footballer. A big year from him.
Now, he played a big Pacific. He played for
he did.
New Zealand in the Pacific.
Yeah, he was massive.
How was his form through that?
Unbelievable.
And so he was off the bench, was he there as well?
Yeah, but he still played there. And so, they've had a lot of football. And I suppose when you're the last two teams, the football, they've had a lot of football. A lot of football. So the break, now we all know that the Broncos will want to make a point and make a statement. So my concern is if they flog them too hard in this pre-season, they've got the World Club Challenge. There's a lot of football to be played out.
Yep.
Their draw is a tough draw. They've got a really tough draw. I know, but Brisbane have got a tough draw.
Right.
I just think I'd be interested to know where you see the danger, because we're talking about the premiers. We both think they can go back to back.
Yeah.
Right? But where do you see the dangers, and what's going to be the interesting thing for you?
Yeah. Well, again, fitting all those players in that we mentioned around the spine. What's the makeup of their spine? And also just being the premiers, it does come with a little bit more about it. But having said that, being and played at the Broncos and coached at the Broncos, you're always in the spotlight. So I don't think that's going to be a problem for them. Payne Haas's year was amazing.
Massive. But I mean, what happens
if
to
he
Payne
goes
Haas?
to 360?
Well, he's not going to 360 next year.
No, I know. But if he did, that would have been a massive out for the Broncos. Massive. Because you go back, I think I went through the stats. He missed 3 tackles. They were talking about it on the Kangaroo Tour. I think he missed 3 tackles for the year.
What?
I mean, I've got to check that, but, he might have missed 6.
Who cares?
He just makes no errors, mate. And he just gets the ball forward.
He's elite.
He's got big minutes in him. I love the big fella.
What about Walshy?
Walshy was brilliant, wasn't he? Don't you love Reece Walsh?
Yeah, I just think he's unbelievable.
All the noise.
I just want to see what happens with Reynolds. That's I think Reynolds is their halfback.
Yeah.
That's me.
Of course he is, yeah.
But I don't necessarily know.
Well, it's easy for the start. They start with Reynolds and Mam.
Unless his form, he's got to keep up and stays injury free. Do you know what I mean? you can't squeeze everyone in there. And there's going to be somebody, like, because Pezzett's coming there the following year.
Well, that's the following year. Let's just focus on next year. You know, they've still got good depth in their spine, and injuries happen. Billy's missed. He won't start the year. Billy back around 13, 14.
How's the recovery
He's going well. Billy's off the crutches now, so he thinks pretty. You know, it's obviously. I've never done my ACL, my knee, but apparently it's a very painful injury to come back. You know, first
Patrick Mahomes has just done it.
Yeah,
I mean, geez,
wow,
there's a lot.
what about that?
Yeah, no, but there's a lot. Like, he's in good company, Bill.
Yeah.
Like this year. But so rehabbing. The good thing, he's got a good facility. He's got doing the work.
Oh, he's got great physios around him as well to get him through. So he'll be fine. He'll be back.
What was their best win? What was the?
The grand final.
Grand final's their best win.
But the one that really sticks out is
Canberra. Yeah. That to me.
I went back and watched that the other day. That was unbelievable how they actually won that game.
Dug themselves out of it.
The Raiders they should have won that game.
Don't get Ricky going about it.
I know. I think he
still hurts.
I actually called the cricket with the test.
I saw this.
Brad hadn't.
I saw.
They told me just ask because he's a mad Raiders fan.
Yeah.
And so I asked him, live on air, and he was absolutely filthy with me.
What are you doing getting involved coaching cricket?
No, I'm not coaching. Well, I was just promoting
the World Cup.
The World Cup next year, which is on Channel 7.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that.
It's interesting to see the different celebrity supporters around that support the different teams, and Brad was really annoyed. Well, he should be annoyed. And Sticky, I think he's finally maybe getting not over it, but he's moving forward
from it. I spoke to him when I was in America. He's in good form.
Yeah, I think he's a lot better, a lot happier now that they're back training, and that's in the rear vision mirror, Stick. Let it go.
You like that he got Kobe Black?
Yeah, I think he's going to excel down there, Dobbo. I know there's a few question marks from other people around here, but we saw it. I just think his development will accelerate in Canberra more so than being here in the spotlight. And he's blocked in behind.
Mate, he'll get games this year.
Hunty, Ezra,
Billy.
Billy's in front of him, yeah. So, you want to see these young players get a taste of it, He hasn't played an NRL game yet. So, but I think his development down there under Ricky, out of the spotlight, mate. Out of the spotlight will be fantastic.
I agree.
And there's a spot there for someone next to Ethan Strange. What a kid that Ethan Strange is, mate. Sensational. Both those Raider boys and Hudson Young.
Good boys.
Oh, yeah. Hudson Young.
Great man.
Oh, I just love the way he goes about his business too. They're both just naturally very strong characters, but also really focused and driven about being the best version of themselves, which I love about players, that's the case with most NRL players. Can
I just talk to you while we're there, and just, we'll put a full stop on the Bronx. Where you see them as premiers?
I can. Well, they're in that top four. You've got to be in the top four.
Are they top four? Are they in the top four next year?
They'll be in the top four next year, right? But they fell into the top four late, didn't they? So many things went well for them.
Of course.
Right?
You need a bit of luck.
You need luck, all right? And they had plenty of it this year. They might get it again next year because the year before, Anyway. You make your own luck too, Dobbo.
Yeah.
So they're a top four side.
Yeah.
I can't see the top four really changing next year, but we'll talk about that more into the new year, right? Once we know a bit more about teams and their form.
Righto.
So great year for the Broncos.
I've got to say this now, and we're going to put a full stop, and then we are going to get to, and thanks to Ladbrokes, we're going to get to our top five moments. But the Golden Boot, I'm sorry, I really like Harry Grant, and he's without doubt the best.
Right.
Okay,
I'm going on the front foot here.
No. Let me talk.
And
first.
I got criticised for this as well. On
how Cameron Munster did not win the Golden Boot. It is a flawed system.
But can't we just be happy and praise the person who won it?
Yeah, you can. And I'm saying he's a great man.
Harry Grant, is he not in the top 5 players in the world?
Yeah, but is he the best?
This year, what are they?
Well, what's the process?
The process, international football.
Yeah, okay. So, let's look at international football. Was Cameron Munster better than Harry Grant in those 3 games of international football? Cameron
Munster won a man of the match over there.
Yes.
Right, voted by the
independents.
Independents, right. Harry Grant won man of the match in game 3, and Reece Walsh won man of the match in game 1.
Okay.
Now, I haven't seen a lot of the Pacifica. I'll get into that.
Well, Dylan Brown was very good.
Right, he was good. So he obviously won 1 or 2 man of the matches.
Yeah.
Right. But they have judges, Dobbo, and this is...
Well, who are the judges?
The judges were...
Petro, James Graham, Ruben Wiki, Cameron Smith and Darren Lockyer.
That's the 5, right? 3 from Australia, 1 from New Zealand, 1 from England.
Outstanding. Right.
Well, Petro's actually a strong representative of Fiji as well.
Great. Okay.
So those blokes, you're going to criticise them? They're the ones who picked it. There you go.
Well, I just don't think they got it right.
Well,
that's it. I think
well,
Cameron Munster.
In your opinion, this is the opinion of the 5 selectors. This is what everyone has to understand. This is the opinion of the 5 selectors.
So do you agree with it?
I do agree with it. I thought he was in the top 3 players over there, right? In the 3 tests. You're going...
You're sitting on the bench.
I'm not sitting...
You just said his top 3. Who was the best?
Who was the best player? Harry Grant was the best player.
All right.
Cameron Munster, very good. Reece Walsh, very good. I didn't see any of the Pacific.
Reece Walsh game 1, Reece Walsh game 3. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You don't win without Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
You do not win without Reece Walsh.
Good on you, H. Well done, mate.
I do like you, Harry
and
Grant
Reece Walsh was good too, and Munster. Mate, we didn't have a bad player over there.
Josh Addo-Carr. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Foxy.
No problem.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I just think that the Golden Boot, right, I'm not saying it's flawed.
Well,
I'm not saying it's flawed. It just needs to be a little bit more. Like, it's got to encompass the whole year. Like, Origin, like, it can't just be international football. Like, to me, the Golden Boot is the greatest player
of our game.
Of our game for that year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
But right now it's being judged on the 3 international. You could have picked any 4 or 5 players, Dobbo, if you're just going on the internationals.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't see any of the Pacifico. You said Dylan Brown. There must have been others.
He was awesome. Oh, mate, there was so many others. I mean, there's a case for it. Anyway, we'll leave the Golden Boot there. Well done, Harry Grant. I just sort of bring that. Okay, in 2025, the top 5 moments.
Right, we're going to go.
This is Kevin from number 5.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Well, I'd missed this one. Was Vegas, right? Vegas round 2.
Round 1. Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, it was very good.
Right. Was it better? You've been both years now.
I think it was because of the English and the Test match.
Hang on. The Pommies got in there and drank the stadium dry.
Yeah, they did. They were unbelievable. I thought the bringing the English Super League in there was great. I thought the women's Test match. I don't know why New Zealand was there. Why we didn't have
100-0? Was that?
Yeah, it was against an England side that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
but I think
okay. Well, they tried that one.
They tried that one, but I think the 3 games is exceptional.
Yeah,
and I think that's a great instalment for our game, and it is at 5. It's the perfect moment.
I mean, we've been both fortunate to be over there in Vegas. I did the first year. You've done the second year. If you're a rugby league supporter and your team is playing over there,
it's worth going.
Do not miss out on going to Vegas.
Yep.
It's worth going.
Number 4.
Number 4 is
Mark Nwang'anituase's impact. Now, you took him on a kangaroo tour.
Yep.
He's a former rugby league, but geez, he had an impact. He was at the try.
He was sensational, mate. He got the try of the year. 24 tries. So he won the Ken Irvine medal for the most tries in the NRL. It's funny over there. We must have been in a team meeting, and I was talking to I praised Josh Addo-Carr. And I said, you're the top try scorer in the NRL, and Mark Nwang'anituase bumped up and said, no, he's not. I said, you, Marky Mark. Yeah. You're the man. He said, yes, I am.
Mate,
it was 2 more than 22. It was actually 24, Kev. So he corrected me.
Was he a good man?
Great style of a bloke.
Yeah.
Right, and athletic, so athletic. And it's no secret why he's the player that he is. He works hard on his game. And also, I like his character.
Yeah.
He's one of these guys, works when he's at training, when he's at work, does everything right. Real professional.
Yeah.
But he likes, on the other side, just relaxing and enjoying. He's a real knockabout fella.
Is he?
He just got on with everyone, in the tour. It was lovely. Lovely to meet him and great to have him on tour. He added certainly to the experience of everyone. And, some of those tries that he scored, Dobbo, like that, the skill level.
Over the year, he's been a great story.
Yeah.
The Mark Nwang'anituase story over, I like it at number 4. So 5 is Vegas.
Yep.
4 is that. 3...
The Raiders minor premiership.
You've got that.
I love I'm an ex-Raider, right? I'm an ex-Raider.
Yeah.
Right? And the last time the Raiders were minor premiers was, I think it was 94. So that's a long time, Dobbo. What's that?
Yeah, well, it was 31 years.
31 years since they were the last, it might even been, I don't even know if they were minor premiers in 94. It was
they won the comp.
Yeah, they won the comp. 89, 90, 94, right? Now, Now that was a huge up for the. They played finals last year, or they missed the finals last year, did they?
Missed it last
doesn't
year.
matter, right? They had a great season. Started over in Vegas. Their first game was magnificent. Their last game, it's something to learn from, right? Something to learn from. A couple of changes there as well.
I like the fact they put the Warriors to the sword in the week one, and they won a lot of games.
Yeah. Some
But
miracle games too.
They should have won.
What about that game in Mudgee? Remember that game in Mudgee against the Panthers?
That's your number two. That's your number two moment of the year.
No.
The miracle of Mudgee.
No. That's no.
Oh, right. Sorry.
The miracle of Mudgee was in contention. Right.
You put the qualifying
just stay with the Raiders, right? Great work. So where do you see the Raiders next year? I've got my opinion on, which I'll give in a minute.
They're a top four side.
Right. So they're in your top four next year? They're in my top four.
Yes.
The only issue I have with them is Jamal Fogarty has gone to Manly.
I don't. I think Sanders is going to be very good for them.
They need to find a 7. They got 2 there, ready to go.
Or Sanders.
Ethan Strange is a footballer, Dobbo. I've told you that already. He's ready to go, mate. He's ready to explode.
Yeah, he's
right.
A baller.
And just seeing him spending time with Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary, right? Just learning, mate. He's like a sponge over there. And Mitchell Moses was helping him with his kicking game. He said, his long kicking game. He said, sometimes they come off the side of my foot. Try this. Next minute, bang. And Mitchell Moses could kick a ball as good as anyone.
Yeah,
he was matching him for length.
Wow.
So, and he's practicing his goal kicking over there as well. So he's going to be a 10, 15-year player.
I think the Canberra Raiders are very much a story of 2025. I like it.
Yep,
number 2,
big show. Right, the Raiders again, Broncos Raiders. That semi-final,
29-28, golden point extra time.
I mean, I watched it again after I got back in prep for this. That was just a crazy game of football.
It was a crazy night.
Reece Walsh sin binned, right? He's sitting in there. Next minute, Pat Carrigan walks in. Now those two went away. Let's stay on the Reece Walsh headbutt. Vicious headbutt, Dobbo. Vicious to Hudson Young. They were laughing about it overseas, right? Having a joke about it. Yeah. Like I think I brought it up somewhere. Watch out for Walshy Hudson. He's got a mad headbutt in him. He just laughed,
Yeah.
But that was game defining. So they're both in the sheds. Were you down at that game?
Yeah, I was.
Right. So they're both in the sheds. Walshy's sitting down trying to calm down because that's what you've got to. I don't know they meant to go to the sideline though.
Well, no, they're both in there, and then he's in there, and next thing you know, Carrigan comes in.
He said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I've just got sin bin too."
Well, Carrigan put a high shot on. He had a suspension. Like he was lucky to get away.
He missed the prelim, didn't he?
So,
right,
they win that.
Reece Walsh,
game of the year. Is it the game of the year?
No, the grand final's always the big one, Dobbo.
Yeah,
that's the big dance. But that was the whole final series was exciting, and the numbers. Record-breaking as well.
Huge. Yeah, it was a great one.
So that's number 2. That game down there, not so good for the Raiders.
Your number 1 for the...
Well, the Broncos winning the grand final. I mean, that was a superb effort to come back. Everyone sitting there at halftime.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everyone because their last 8 weeks was magnificent.
Well, 22-12, they were down.
Against...
Kamakamitha gets the ball knocked out of his hands. It was a pivotal moment. They come back. They lose Reynolds. They lose Hunt.
Yeah.
It was the Reece Walsh show, 26-22.
Yeah, Reece Walsh, that grand final. It's one of the great grand final tries.
Shibasaki, big
Dean
games.
Mariner, tippy-toeing down the dead ball line. Put the ball down, Dean.
They win the comp, and Clive Churchill medal winner is Reece Walsh.
Yeah, he's probably the number 1 player in the game right now, isn't he?
I think so.
Nathan Cleary,
golden boot player
up there. Well, he could have been. He'll win a golden boot.
He should have won.
He'll win 2 of them. He'll win 3 of them, Walshy, if he continues on his pathway, mate. His last 8 weeks. I've never seen a player dominate as much as he did at that last.
You've always backed him, mate. You've always backed him. You've been a big supporter of him.
And there was the painting the nail, there was the toilet
He's
stuff.
still doing that.
Yeah. I see he's got a big tattoo on his back now, the trophy.
That's all right.
Yeah, I love it, mate. Ezra got one as well, didn't he? Ezra Mann.
Ezra.
I think it was the same tattoo.
All premiership tats.
Yeah, good on him, mate. That's when you win the grand final, you can do whatever you like, mate. And
where's your 7 tats?
7 is. I have one. 6.
6 in a World Cup.
Yeah, no. I haven't got enough space in my back, mate, to put them on. So,
Hey, Kev, and I like that. So, number one, Broncos grand final comeback. I think that qualifying final 2, Canberra Raiders minor premiership, Mark Nwangani to Arce, and the Las Vegas season launch. The only thing I thought you might put in there was the Origin victory in Sydney when Queensland went down and won that game 3 decider.
That was big as well.
That was big. Tommy Dearden's presence to win the Wally Lewis medal. I just think that probably is in the conversation. I thought Queensland were very, very good. And to win that
sets
game
up a great series next year, doesn't it?
To win that game 3,
amazing.
And they there was no rhyme or reason they were going to win it. Like, they were rank outsiders.
Now, which game did DC?
Cam Munster. DC was in game 1,
and then he got left out for game 2.
Left out for game 2, and then for DCE,
we lost game 1 at Suncorp, didn't we?
Yep,
convincingly.
And then we had to go, and we went to Perth, and it was a shutout. That first half was just unbelievable. But New South Wales came back and nearly won it on the bell.
And remember, they scored more tries, New South Wales, and their goal kicking
wasn't there. But then game 3,
when it was series on the line,
Cam Munster's dad passes away.
Yeah,
he comes back, and Tommy Dearden.
What a performance from Munster! Do you remember seeing the steely look in his eye?
Yeah. I just thought that might be one of the moments as well. Like, it's in the conversation.
Certainly is. It was a highlight. I remember the New South Wales team, like when the news broke, you could feel the sense of, oh no, this is going to bring Queensland together.
And Billy Slater does it again. He does it again.
Cameron Munster's continued that form. I know he was disappointed with the grand final loss.
Yeah,
but he made up for it over there on the Kangaroo Tour. He was not that far away from winning the Golden Boot, Dobbo, from all reports.
You should have.
It was amazing over there.
Anyway, okay. That is us for 2025.
We're back next year, aren't we?
We are back next year. We've got to thank our sponsors and the people who have supported us, and you, our subscribers and our listeners. It's our first season of Inside Ball. We've loved it. We will be back bigger and better next year. We have got so many more things to come. Early January will be our first one, but thank you to everybody that's listened, that's shared, that's liked, that's come on, our guests. Our first year, we didn't know how it was going to go, but we've loved every minute of it, and we are back in 2026 for another.
We're taking this show,
another chapter.
Places too, Dobbo, haven't we?
We are. We will be on the road. We're
going to go on the road.
But
if you would like to see the Inside Ball at your local pub,
let us know.
Let us know.
Have a great Christmas. Our thoughts are once again with everybody from the Bondi tragedy. We will have a break, and we are back in early January. We'll see you
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.